Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC and Ethereum. We're going to focus on BTC and Ethereum and what type of price action we're going to be anticipating over the next few days and so on, right? So now what we're looking at BTC, regarding BTC, we talked about it multiple times. We said BTC it is still correcting since like February 22nd. So if you notice, well, it is almost 90 days right now. We've been correcting, not quite yet, right? We got 10 more days to basically get like almost 80 to 90 days of correction, right? Since like February 22nd. So it is a long time, okay? So it is 3 months, okay? 3 months, okay? So if you basically, if we're not patient enough, right? And basically be buying the top and selling the bottom, we already been out. That's why I've been saying like, let's just trade alt and focus on BTC correction, right? Till we get a positive MACD. As long as we don't, as long as we're not, we're not trading above the signal line right here, we likely to get, low volatility, big wicks, big drops, and all that good stuff, right? So now what we're looking at is like, let's dive into the good stuff right here on let's do this. So right here what we said was like, we're still correcting, okay? As we're correcting, right, price action gonna go through multiple rejection and supports and all that good stuff, right? So now if you take a look at the 6 hour, we're starting to trade below our 21 EMA right here. We start trading below our 21 EMA, and also MACD is kind of bearish, okay, on the 6 hour, but we still got a trend line support right here, okay? A nice trend line support right there. Okay, if we break it, we could be retesting like the 50 to 48 range. However, as I said, anything below 55 right now, it is a good buy. Anything below 45, it is a good range to start like reaccumulating, okay? Because it is not sure. Once again, we're gonna break like a 50K. And if you notice well right here, if we do a swing low, right, to swing high, right there, we just bounced off for 382, 50% pullback, going to be just about 53. We said like anything at or below 55 going to be a good range, especially a 53. Can it drop down to 50K? Yes, right? But the thing is, right, if we're gonna be try to pick the bottom, right, like right here, right, let's say you try to pick the bottom like when BTC was at 28, you say, you're saying I'm gonna wait for 26, right? And you're gonna miss the entire move, because your perception is like, even if we pump to 38, we're gonna drop down to 26, you're gonna end up buying like at 57, okay? And if we get rejected, you're gonna panic and start selling below 50K. So I think like anything at or below 55, once again, it is a good buy. I'm not trying to pick the bottom. If we retest like a 50 to 48, it is just going to be a stronger buy, because we potentially could get the move like that, okay? But this range right here, 0.618, is at 50% to 0.618 is just about like 53, down to 51. But 53, I think it is a good level to start accumulating, just in case, okay? We do not break the trend line, and if we do break it, it is still going to be a good deal, right? So now let's take a look at BTC differently. So right here, if you take a look at BTC on a 2-day basis, if you take a look at BTC on a 2-day basis, we're starting to curve down. That's not good at all. So that's why we're saying, let's just be cautious. Even though everything looks pretty bullish, right? We're not forcing through above resistance. We needed to close above like 60K on the weekly basis, and we did not close above 60K. So that basically triggered a short-term volatility. But the prior move, people are basically counting everything to the downside, right? But the prior move was impulsive, right? right here. The move right there was an impulsive move, right? And the move right here, as I showed you on my previous private update, one of my previous private update, or I think it was like a couple days ago, something like that, I was telling you like the drop down here, it is something bullish down to like a 53 to 54 range. We're gonna get the potential flat. However, if someone is bearish, okay, they're gonna be like, okay, that's how I'm gonna count it, okay, like that and like that, okay, that's feasible. But since we're in the bull market, right, the best way of counting right now, it is like to count on the upside, not on the downside, okay. So the flat correction right here is feasible. We got it on the what, on the 6 hour basis. That's what we got right here. And I gave you a warning. I said right here, right there, we're gonna drop right here to retest it, okay. And the same move, that's the same move we're replicating as of now, right here, right there, right here, okay. Triple bottom, okay, and also created a triple bottom. So as of now, it looks pretty good to me, right? But let's see if bull's gonna basically keep up the momentum above 53, okay? Because the average range, guys, we at average range, just about like swing low right here. Even if you do it in terms of swing low to swing high, right, you don't even need like the parallel channel. If you do it like in terms of Fibonacci, we still just about like 50%, okay. We drop all the way down to 0.786. All right, so we're still looking good. The move is is on the upside as of now, right? In order to be bearish, we just have to take out 47 in order to be bearish, because we're likely to take out then 45 and could be retesting even like 43, okay. So something to just keep in mind. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly time frame, because some of you guys are going to be like, oh, we got the weekly 21. Yes, we got the weekly 21, right? But I'm still bullish, and I'm still bullish. The weekly 21 is just about 47. It is going to be a strong support right here, right there, okay. We got our range closing basis. The weekly is basically is about to start like a trading right here in our trading zone, okay. So the entire move since like when February 12, guys, that's almost, guys, 90 days, right here. That's when we started the trend right there. That's 84 days, guys, 84 days, okay, 84 days. And next week it is going to be like 87 days. We've been moving like in the same range. If you notice well also, guys, if you take a look at the range we got right here, was like, I think remember what happened back in May 9th, May 8th last year, right here also, right? We got a big dump on that Saturday night. So we moved sideways like 70 days. The current move is longer. That's the longest sideways correction we've seen so far over the last 12 months. The longest one. You could say the rejection started like on the 19th. It doesn't matter, but it is 70 days. Even if you take the rejection, the correction range to start just about like a February 19th, right? So give or take 75 to 80 days, long correction. Last year correction seemed longer. The reason why last year correction seemed longer was like, everybody was focusing on BTC and not on alt. But we were focusing on what, guys? We were focusing on what? Alt. When BTC was moving sideways from what? May, June, July, August. Okay, we were focusing on alt, and we basically did some 5 to 10x move, okay. So basically, and you can notice well, BTC been moving sideways since what, February, and what we've been doing with alt, February picks, March picks, April picks, okay. Only if somebody April pick, or I think like March pick, like QLC, QKC, QSP, Yo-Yo, they're all very bullish on their weekly. I'm gonna update those coins, right? But they're very bullish on their weekly time frame, right? You just have to be very patient. Like RLC, when we started talking about RLC, it wasn't just like this week. We started talking about like February. We said, March, keep an eye on RLC, KNC, Kava, okay? And Sucker basically got the job done, right? So BTC on a weekly basis, not looking bad. Low volume right here. So if we can, on a 7 days basis, low volume right there. The weekly just started, so the 7 days basis is going to give us a better view. So low volume. So if like we can close the weekly like that, that's going to be awesome. Okay, so if we can close above 62 before Thursday, right, before the 10th, if we, right there, not this one is on the 7th, on the 14th, right, if we can close above 60k before the 14th, right, in 3 days, that could seal the deal. Okay, that could basically give us a strong potential move to close above 60k before Sunday. Okay, but I'm still bullish on BTC. I don't think like bear market has started. Okay, so most of the time you don't know the bear market till it is like at least 30 days or even like 60 days after we break supports, right? It means like by the time we come from the bear market, right, BTC gonna drop right here, probably 43, 41, right, and you're gonna start talking about like a bear market, right? It means like we move sideways for 60 days. Okay, so so you just don't pick the top like that. Okay, it takes time. Okay, it takes time. Now let's see, I think we're done with BTC on a weekly. On a 3 day basis, we're still above the 3-day 21, but still MACD is pretty negative. Okay, so we know what we're looking for, we're just not getting it. That's why we just need to exercise patience. Patience will take us a long way. Patience, gonna give us the big gain. Sometime, I'm gonna be holding a coin, it's not moving for like 30-40 days, 10% up, 5% down, 5% up, 10% down, 20% up, 10% down, stuff like that, just moving in that range. But it is just being accumulated. Okay, you don't want to be doing in and out trying to accumulate it. You could if you know what you're doing, but it is not easy to basically go accumulate every single coin in our group. It's not going to be feasible. Okay, best thing to do is just buy the bottom. We know we're buying at the bottom. We're not buying anything above like the August high. We're not buying anything that is above the August high versus BTC. Everything we're buying in alt, they just about like at or below the 3-day 21 EMA. That's when we started buying, and most of them now above the 100 EMA. So the volatility could increase over the next few weeks, as we've seen on many alt. Okay, like RLC, a good example, Syscoin. Okay, and all that good stuff. Okay, RND already pumped. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ether. So Ether, we hit all our targets so far, right? So Ether, as we said, we're not going to be worrying too much till we basically hit 46 again, 46.50. So we took profits. Do this. This guy is SXP. SXP gonna go ballistic, so it is still a good hold. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, market is extremely bullish, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ether. So Ether, what we said was like, we're gonna be looking for the move, guys. Remember when Ether was what, like $1,600? That's when we said it. We're gonna be looking for the move at 4K. We're gonna take profit at 25. If it dips down to like a low 20K, right? 20K, 2130, we're gonna buy the dip and we're gonna take it where? Right there. Take a look at same exact level we've been looking for. Beautiful moves, okay? Beautiful. Okay, but let's take a look at it right here. Right here, I don't know why I deleted my setup. me guys 1 second. So Ether target range we were looking for was I gotta find the setup. I'm just gonna use a new setup, but we got everything in our Discord, right? So what we were looking for right here, right? Just about 38.15 up to basically 41.5, okay? 38.50, excuse me, to 41.50. That's the level we were looking for to take profits. I take 25 up to 25%, right? And if it dips lower, because we're gonna get another support, if like we dip lower, we're gonna get the support down to like a 33. Okay, the next level I wouldn't be worrying about too much, right, regarding Ether, till we hit at least above like a 46 to take another 10 to 15%. And after that we got another upside target to look for, which is 58, I mean 58. Okay, so everything I explained everything in our premium group, so you can definitely look at the premium group targets. We've been nailing it, and still looking pretty juicy. Okay, so now let's take a look at Ether on the lower degree. Right here, that's the range we're looking for on the macro scale. Before we talk about the lower degree, on the macro scale, I'm just going to show you guys once again. That's a trading range we're going to be looking for. The next big trading range going to be somewhere around like 75 to basically 10k range. Okay, which is going to be our next 111% move. Nearly, give or take, right? Right here. Right there. That's the next range we're going to be looking for. Okay, and after that we're going to be looking for the next big range right there up to like a 20,000. So these are macro targets, right? But you're going to be like, oh Sen, if I take profit on Ether and it doesn't drop back down to like a 4k, I'm going to have to buy it higher. Yes, you're going to have to buy it higher. If you're not comfortable taking profit, maybe take small profits, no more than 10%. That way, if it doesn't drop back down, you can put it into alt like KNC, Kava, right? And all of those alt are gonna outperform Ether. Okay, we did have a target for RLC Ether. You guys remember I showed you guys RLC Ether, a few weeks back, right? Right here, I think I call it Ether double up, right there. If you take a look at it right here, I showed you EGLD, how EGLD basically pumped a lot versus Ether when EGLD was like 0.03 Ether, and it pumped like a 0.11 Ether. I showed you Omizago Ether, right? And Omizago Ether did pump nicely as expected, right? Showed you RSR, it is back down to support, capitulating right here. But we got RSR BTC looking great, right? But RSR, right now it is capitulating, but we talk about it when it was somewhere around here at the bottom. Okay, right here, Tron Ether, after we talk about it, Tron basically pump all the way up here to a second target. Okay, so RLC BTC killed it, but RLC Ether also we talk about it, right? RLC Ether. Okay, RLC Ether, you see RLC, even though Ether been pumping a lot, RLC just said nope, I'm gonna pump harder. Okay, I'm gonna pump harder. So RLC did hit all targets versus Ether. If you've been holding it, it is time to basically take profits into Ether or basically into BTC, whichever you're comfortable with, right? Whichever you're comfortable with. So let's take a look at Ether on a lower degree now. So on the lower degree, I like the 6-hour retest right here, and coupled with the 8-hour support. That's big sell volume. It is a starting trend, but we just have to wait and see. Okay, have to wait and see, because we can still get another move to the upside just to retest the top and potentially get a flat correction right here before the next move. If we get the flat and and do not break the top, we could basically be looking for 3,300 Ether and all that good stuff. It is going to be another opportunity to buy the dip. Okay, just like what we got right here. Remember when I was telling you the flat correction right here, it is a flat. Market was dipping hard, okay, on April 17th, April 27th. What we said, buy the dip. Our next upside target is 4K. Okay, our next market, we said it less than a month ago. Ether was like 2K. Okay, right now everybody's panicking on Tezos, all that good stuff. We saying buy the dip. These suckers, we got like 2x move from now within the next 30 days. Okay, like Tezos, I mean, I wouldn't say within the next 30 days, but because Kerwin gonna go and do 100x, right? He doesn't leverage. I'm just joking, but Kerwin gonna go, go full moon mode on Tezos, right? And all that good stuff, right? So we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. Not much to say because we talk about everything. We know our targets since like January. 90% of them being spot on, meaning like we just following the direction. You cannot be wrong when you go with the direction. The only way you can be wrong is like when you go against the direction. The only thing that can be wrong, right, when you go with the direction is like your timing. That's it. You know the direction. For instance, we knew exactly it's gonna hit 4K, right? It did hit 4K, right? But our timing is not wrong because we did not say it's gonna hit it in May or anything. We just been waiting for 4K, our next macro target, right? So we doubled our Ether in like 3 weeks, okay, right here. And we're not talking about like when we started right here, actually right here. That's 2K, not there, okay. And we're not even talking about like when we were buying Ether, right around like 300, 400, okay. You're gonna be like, that's expensive, guys. Nothing is expensive. Expensive is just relative. Expensive is relative, okay. Ether right now seems expensive, but can you imagine when Ether hits like 30K, 40K, 50K, okay? Dogecoin was cheap when it was like 0.000 and something, right? And now it's like almost over 50 cents, okay? So expensive and cheapness, we can go by, this is expensive or that's inexpensive. We just go by the chart and we follow our macro strategy. I'm telling you guys, if you don't follow the macro strategy, if you don't follow the macro steps, if you don't have a macro picture, you're likely not to survive during the bear market, because bear market will not tolerate any in and outs. Bear market will wipe you out. Bull market will forgive all your in and out. Okay, you're still gonna make profit in a bull market, even if you do like hundreds in and out. You're just not gonna maximize your profits. For instance, if you let's say I was gonna make like 2x on Ether and I've been doing in and out, I'm probably gonna make like 30%. Okay, from like right here, like from 2K to 42, 100% move. If I've been doing any in and out in this short term, 3 hours, 8 hours redness, I'm gonna be panicking, getting in and getting out. But if I just sit tight, relax, 3 weeks, I double my Ether, and I still got other setups that hasn't even moved yet, and still got 10x potential. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? So that's why my targets are not like 10%, 15%, only short-term trades. And you gotta have an account for that. Gotta have an account, special account for that, not like your big 100% targets and all that good stuff, right? So remember that the macro targets is still in play, right? So let's go ahead and move on to a link, because link we got a target to $80, right? So link back to $40, right? So link previous resistance, as I explained it previously, we got our support right here, 42. It dipped all the way down to 42, but we got our macro support right now, which is like 33, 37. That's our macro support if we break the 42. So 42 going to be primary buy, rebuy for link. Okay, 42. Anything below 45, it is going to be a good buy, and anything below $40 is going to be great buy, and at 33 to 35 going to be a stay. So I would just split it 30%, at a time right here, just in case we get the big flat correction again, just like that. Okay, because you don't know the trend right here, it looks like it's done, but if BTC doesn't get its act together, right, the trend just have to continue its correction. Okay, so that's why sometimes we get what, ABC, and sometimes we get ABCD, and sometimes we get 1 2 3 4 5 6, like right here. Like let's say we're getting a, you know, move like that. Okay, we're getting a move like that, right? This is what, 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? But the correction could have been done right here, just with 3 waves, right? Right here, 1 2 3 4. This was enough to basically pump. But sometimes you get a third and a, you know, a fifth and a sixth corrections, right? So we just don't know. But it seems like the move right here is done, but we can still drop back down here, okay, potentially. But the thing is, we just have to stay with the macro trend, as we can pump all the way up to, like, you know, 130 on Tezos. Okay, something to keep in mind. Once we break 80, we're going to be looking for 130 to 140 range. Okay, ideally 137 going to be the ideal range to get the most you know, position out, right? And then look for the dip down to like $100 and so on, right? But if you want to basically get in at 50, get out at, you know, 48, that's 3%, man. 3%, you can't even get it when you're sleeping. Okay, regardless of your position size. I know 3% of 100k is 3k, and 3% of 1 million is 30k, but that's what you're willing to put in the market. You, for instance, I cannot say, oh, I just lost 30k. Yes, if you just market drop 3% and you got $1 million into the in the market, yes, you're going to, your portfolio gonna drop 30k, right? Because you got $1 million. You see what I'm saying? And if you got $1, market drop 3%, you're only gonna drop 3 cents. But the perception is the same. Like you cannot say, you know, I'm down like 10k. Yes, because you have a lot in the market and you're looking to get a lot out of the market. Okay, so something to just keep in mind also, guys. Let's see. So Link, we know how 42 is our primary support. Okay, so let's take a look at Link. Link USD on Coinbase. So Link USD on Coinbase, we if we want to look at it in terms of channel, right, we got a macro parallel channel right here. Okay, that's a macro parallel channel, right? So we got the blue channel right here. That's where we at right now. First bull market peak June 2019, just about $4, and that's nothing actually. That's only 10x, like from we just about like 10x from the first bull market peak right here. So we're not even basically pumping a lot yet. Second bull market peak is just about like $20. So we're not even like 3 times above our August 2020 high yet. We could be over 5x above our 2020 high, which is like over $100, okay, or even 10x. So, but we're not gonna talk about $200 so far or $500 so far. Okay, we're just gonna focus on breaking the resistance right here, $50, and we're gonna be looking for the bull market peak right here, this bubble peak. Okay, somewhere around like $100, and if it is overextended, we could get the 130 and so on, right? But we're gonna focus on $80 first, right, and follow our channel right here. If we drop lower, we're gonna get our midline right there. Okay, we could get our support line around like $70 and so on, if that's the case. Okay, and then we accumulate somewhere around here, even all the way down to $60 if we get a hard rejection before the next leg up. Okay, so Link is not up a lot regarding like many alt. Since like December, we only up like 4x. That's not a lot. Okay, so we could definitely get a 10x move since December lows. Okay, like, you know, most alt, right? So keep an eye on the big picture. I said when Link was right here, I was one of the biggest bear right here on Link, right, at $5 $7 range, right? But after the breakout, actually right here around $4. Okay, but not $5, $7, but $4, $5. I was the biggest bear, and I was right. I was one of the biggest bear right here when Link was $4. Okay, but I was one of the biggest bull for Link when Link was like right here, $1. I said take it to the upside to $3 and get out. We're gonna be buying again around like that as support, and we're gonna take it to $4. Okay, so get out. So I've been, the only position basically I would say we missed on Link was like the pump. We did not accumulate right here. Okay, I was bearish right here. Okay, I was bearish right here, and I wasn't supposed to be bearish because I was supposed to follow Link BTC that time. But it is okay. Just because you're bearish doesn't mean you're shorting it. It only means like you're not buying it. That's all, or you're not buying more. Okay, being bearish doesn't mean like just selling. It also means like I'm not buying at current level, even though I can hold it just in case, right? So get the perception right, because these perceptions, they matters in the bear market. Like let's say bear market, we say we bearish. Doesn't mean like we're gonna short the market or we're not gonna buy the market, right? We can still reallocate our gains, and it is a topic we're gonna be talking about like in the bull market. Once we start reallocating, like getting 20% into the bear market, getting 20% back in, 30% back in, 40% back into the market, okay, and 80% back in, stuff like that. It is going to be very, very important. It's going to be a fun bear market, right? Something to basically also keep in mind. All right, guys. So Link, we already talked about Link macro pick up to like 100 to 130. A short-term target $80. Medium-term support, it is going to be all the way down to 34 right here. Okay, all the way down. But maximum support to primary support to look for 42, right? Okay, and strong support going to be 33 to 35. Okay, and we could go to the moon after that. The potential upside is the upside potential is highly is highly bullish. So I would not be worried too much about a drop below 42. Okay, a drop below 42, because it is not a short-term trade anyway. So it is something we would have on our ledger and so on. Okay, I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna go for another live at some point, and after that we're gonna we're gonna go talk about Cardano and all that. Cardano did not quite hit 195. We hit like 182 or something like that. Okay, but you get the concept. It is a resistance. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, and volume is low on a 3-day basis, so we still looking good. Support right here. Okay, just about 132, but we got primary support right there, just about 151. So we are okay right now at primary support. Okay, we okay at primary support. So still in a correction mode, mid range right here. Okay, just about like 142, right? Which is basically what I just said, right? 142. So Cardano looks pretty decent. The only thing I don't like is like Cardano BTC double tapping right here, and support right now it is like 2500. Okay, so which is not good at all. Okay, so 25 to 2700, right? So we need to break this extension. The yellow line right here, it is 1-to-1 extension. It is not a random number. Okay, the next extension it is up to like right here, that's 382. The next extension going to be at 3969, which is like 50% extension, okay, of the first move right here. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna get there. It is versus BTC, so it could move slow. If BTC decides to go like to 100k, Cardano could basically take a step back all the way down here and get the flat correction like that, and then pump to the upside. That's also in play. So the macro picture is still bullish, but short term is still corrective. It all depends what BTC wants to do. Okay, if BTC gonna go to 100k, Cardano could take a pay cut right here, a 30% pay cut versus BTC. BTC goes 100%, Cardano take 30% pay cut. Cardano USD is still gonna be 70% up. Okay, and Cardano USD 70% up. It is almost doubling in price, right? right here, 70% up, gonna take us nearly at 250, which is basically what we're looking for at our 1.618 extension. So it all makes perfect sense, but it might not play out the same exact way we want it. You see what I'm saying? So the directional move is there, but the time might not synchronize. Like Cardano might not be pumping with, you know, with BTC, you know, in terms of timing. Okay, so BTC might be pumping, Cardano might be waiting, and all of a sudden get the explosiveness right there, you know, the parabolic move. So, but let's just focus once again on the macro trend. I keep telling you guys, if we're not patient, okay, if we're not patient, right, we're not gonna get those big moves. I'm saying we because, you know, we're a group, okay, not a signal group, but a trading group, and we could basically make the best out of this market, and we already been doing great. Time to exercise cautious, time to exercise patience, and you know, otherwise you know, you're not going to survive in the bear market. Okay, you're not going to survive in the bear. You will not have any chance to survive in the bear market with any with these in and outs. Okay, I mean, most of you guys not doing in and outs, but I'm just saying, just in case, right, you're doing any in and outs, right? All right guys, thanks a lot for watching. All right.